It's time for Measure Twice.
Welcome to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. And you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. This show is brought to you by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You could visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. I was in Leatherman Supply's showroom in Goshen a little while ago. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can really lose your mind looking at all the stuff that's in there. They have really cool stuff. I know they're a sponsor, but this isn't really like sponsor talk right now. It's like shopper talk because I'm just a shopper, you know. But if you like walk through a box store and you see stuff and you're like, oh, that's cool, and then you go to like maybe a Leatherman Supply or I guess a Lee Supply. I never stepped foot in Lee Supply, but I should.
Yeah, you've not been in there?
No, I need to go. But you see different things. It's so different. Like it's hard to get across how different custom and like the professional
what kind
grade
of options you can actually have.
Yeah, it's really mind blowing the difference because I think you get and I was wanting to ask Chris this do you think that like brands like Kohler and who am I thinking Moen or what are some other like brands? They have box store brands, right? And then they have
I don't think Kohler does.
Not Kohler doesn't. And then they have
American Standard, Moen.
But then there's a different line, a whole different line that you never see in Home Depot or whatever, one of those places. There has to be because I'm looking at the brand name and I'm like, I've never seen this. Is so cool. So you really have to you do have to dig around. If you're remodeling or something, don't do yourself this service and look online, but then try to show up at one of those places that serves like professional people, or ask your designer, ask your builder to just go and look in person once.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to explain. Like a stone sink. I don't know if it's my cup of tea, but it was cool.
At where?
I think I saw it at Leatherman. I think.
Okay.
In their kitchen displays?
Yeah. I think it was there, but don't hold me to that. If you go and, I don't want you going and be like, Rob said it was here and it's not here. I'm not saying that it's actually there, but they'll have stuff like that. That's wild, and wild, not like, so wild that it's bizarre or exotic, but just different and cool, makes you want them. You walk in, you're like, I want that. I mean, everything works perfectly in my house, but I want that, But that brings us to the weather's changing. So this is when you find out a lot about your furnace this time of year.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Yeah. With wind, you find out a lot about your roof. You find out what trees have roots. You find out this is the time of year, isn't it? I mean, because it doesn't just rain this time of year. It's like rain.
Yeah.
Like wind.
Oh, yeah. And it's cold.
But this time of year, the wind betrays your windows big time. Big.
Yeah, and you can find out if anything is compromised.
Yeah, I guess they'll put a candle in front of a window type thing. Isn't that what or a match, and it'll if it flickers, But I think in today's day and age, my windows have come so far, and we'll get to down the road in this show about windows because we're going to try to tell you as much as we can about shopping for windows and different windows today. But can't windows kind of lull you to sleep and mask their inefficiency if they're not drafty? Because it used to be like if your window was drafty, and that's because windows weren't designed, they weren't. The standard wasn't there, right? But nowadays, like if you had windows put in the 90s, they're not necessarily going to be drafty, right? I mean,
not necessarily. They can still seal like when they're closed.
that's what I mean. Like they're rotten in other ways. It's no longer put the candle in front because it may not betray it, but you could probably put your hand on the glass and learn a lot about.
Well, your glass is the most inefficient place in your house is your windows. So that will tell you some, but it's if it's gathering a lot of moisture or fog in between. Moisture on the inside.
If you get moisture on the inside, like if you have double pane, there's moisture on the inside. Is it over for the window? Like you need get a new window?
Could very likely be. Or it's just not closed right.
Are you talking about the seal being broken?
I have seen that.
Yeah, if the seal's broken, right, that's it.
Well, with a lot of the double panes, you have the gas. If the gas is out of, like the argon, if that's out of it, you have a lot more heat transfer.
Are there window companies that you can replace that?
The argon? The gas?
Or like redo it, or
You can buy it in a can at the box store.
you need a little drill, and you got to be real quick when you take that.
Look, my can of argon gas.
Oh my gosh! Don't put butane in there. That's bad.
Most of the like if you've gotten good Anderson or Marvin windows, they can
actually repair them.
Or even if they're beyond repair, the frames are still in good shape. You can replace the sashes, which are the actual window itself.
Yeah, I've noticed on my windows at home, the sash, I can take it completely out.
Yeah.
And put it in.
You can do that on any window.
I guess you can, but it seemed more complicated before.
It seems complicated to me.
Right now?
Yours are all painted shut or like old school windows.
Yeah, you've been institutionalized into your house.
I've been opening them slowly.
Have you?
Yeah.
It just takes a lot of work, right?
No, actually, it's a lot easier than you think. I have to. I take a putty knife and a hammer.
The problem is you're going to scare us and say, "Yeah, I do all the second floor ones first."
I have.
I know. I wasn't even joking.
No, I'm from the inside. I do it from the inside.
Oh, okay.
And then you just kind of have to play it and break the paint seal, and then
it's just a paint seal, though.
Yeah,
it's not like
that. You'd be surprised how strong
when there's 100 years of paint on that thing,
or even just one coat can really be difficult to get open.
Oh, yeah.
But you just putty knife it, and then
putty knifing.
And then, have you replaced any windows?
Yes, 4 of them.
But historically replaced them? Or
yes.
Are they more insulated or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still single pane glass, but they added, what I want to say, like weather stripping on the bottom to seal the sill. And
right.
So yes.
It does pass the candle.
They can do like a low E glass, too.
They don't, though. He won't. They don't, because they'll buy.
Do they use historic glass?
Yeah, they'll save old glass and put that back in.
And historic glass, you can tell the difference.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But like my house is, I have storm windows on the outside, and then I have a storm window on the interior as well.
Yeah, you have you're creating the vapor.
It doesn't create a argon seal.
No. I mean, I don't think you're going to.
All it does, it does cut down on the draft.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Sure,
and probably some beat down on your window too.
The new storm windows have the E factor. So,
well, that's nice too.
So that blocks the UV rays.
But if you have a window that was, let's say, because Chris, in your case, those windows are 100 years old or more than 100 years old. And that's totally different genre or different setup.
That's not today's world.
Yeah. If you have windows that were put in 2003, they could be faking you out a little bit.
Well, it's interesting because I had a client that just replaced all the windows in their house, all their sliding doors, all of it. And it was a very expensive project.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing cheap about it.
Like 6 figures.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I'm not surprised.
Walk around your house and just count your windows. There's more windows than you think there.
It's not even it's when you have banks of sliding doors.
Sliding doors, too, yeah.
So, but, I said, you're going to be shocked at how energy efficient your house will become when you replace these windows because they're going to be sealed tight. I said, it's not, I always say this to people that's always the selling spiel that, your energy, but it's true.
It's true. When we come back, let's dive into that a little bit more because sliding glass doors are really a key to that. When we come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. And you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger, right next to C. Kramer Interiors, as a matter of fact. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You could visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. It's the season where you're going to find out a lot about your windows and doors, and because the wind's blowing, rain's coming, gets chilly, and you just find out. And we were talking last segment about the replacing a sliding glass door that is kind of a big deal too. That's basically a window door, isn't it? I mean, if you think about it. And you had customers who've, you replace a couple of those, and it can be expensive. It can feel expensive. How's that? Because when you...
No, it's expensive.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
Yeah, it's expensive. It feels expensive, and it is expensive.
My problem with that is that to me, the word expensive means it's like above what you should pay.
I suppose.
I guess I'm just arguing semantics here, but expensive to me might seem that there's like waste involved, like excess money. Really, they're a price, and it's probably more than you think if you haven't shopped for them monthly for the past 10 years. They are. There's a price that's higher than you probably think for those. But there's a lot that goes into them, too.
Well, and everything. It just costs a lot more than what it did in the not so distant past.
But your reward, Chris, you were mentioning the reward is more than you think, too.
Right. You get the energy efficiency.
You definitely get energy efficiency, but you're never. It's what you save in your utilities is never going to pay you back.
No.
But comfort. There will be a much higher level of comfort because of that.
And you can also really feel the difference when you replace your old with the new, how solid the new one feels, to see how better it seals.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And frankly, at some point, you would cost yourself more money by not replacing them.
Right.
Because there's the savings, but there's also the cost.
It's not just inefficient. Like if windows are bad, it can affect other parts of your home.
Yeah.
Structurally or whatever.
Right.
Moisture gets in, things of that nature because
mold,
it's not sealed properly.
All kinds of issues that you could run into.
And I don't necessarily think we need a defensive position, right? If your sliding glass door is hard to close, right? You shut it and it's like, I just can't ever get it to latch. That's a real. That can be a real problem.
Mm-hmm.
That can be a different problem than just your door is messed up. But it could be just your door.
Mm-hmm.
But those little things add up. We talk about that all the time. It's like death by 1,000
Cuts.
pins,
Yeah.
cuts. Because if your door is loud when it shuts, that's one thing. Then it won't latch right.
What? Can't hear you. It's too loud.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm talking about. It's like
I'm thinking more of how it functions and
Yeah.
Yeah,
if it's
smooth.
flimsy or if it's not smooth opening and closing or
or it's loud, meaning like you can hear right through it, or you can hear right through it. In other words, like the outside is inside because you can hear everything. That's really when you put new windows in. To me, that's the first thing you notice.
is how
It
airtight
definitely
it is.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're really shutting out.
The exterior noise,
Yeah,
road noise,
how
your
quiet.
neighbor's noise.
Yeah, like lawnmowers. Oh my goodness! It's like on a
Dogs.
Saturday, it's dogs.
So all of Chris's neighbors need new windows.
Yeah, Chris is
No,
gonna have a,
I need a window so I don't hear all their stuff.
yeah, that's what we're saying. Like
Turkeys.
turkeys. Those turkeys are loud
Yeah.
when they get after it.
When they get after it.
Yeah, this time of year they're getting after it. But that's the first thing I think you notice. It's like, hey, it's quiet. I don't know, quieter, right? I mean,
Yeah, it'll be noticeably quieter.
and I'm in like Joe middle class neighborhood. Every single person is mowing their lawn on a Saturday. Like every person. It's like a constant.
I miss that sound.
Yeah, because you're kind of in the middle of nowhere. You've got space.
Yep. So I don't have that anymore. But the one thing I always notice is just the drafts are gone.
Yeah, they're just gone.
They're just gone.
And you, if you have windows that you've lived with for a long time, they're drafty, but you don't know the effect of the draft until it's gone.
Yeah, I do. It's called cold. I'm cold. What's that blowing on the back of my neck? Oh, wait, I'm in front of the window.
Oh my goodness! My grandmother's house, it used to be like that. Like if you sat in front of the window, you could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was tangible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like ooh.
Mm-hmm. You're preaching to the choir here.
but sliding glass, the sliders though, it really is just a giant window.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And
Well, same with your big French doors.
right.
Any patio door.
And the French doors have the added seam in the middle of them that has to be sealed in some space-aged way. That's the install thing, right? I mean, that's the install. Not that all installs aren't important. That's not what I'm saying. But like on a French door,
Oh yeah.
that
If you don't get it right, it's evident.
yeah, that you shouldn't. Close is not good enough on a French door. It has to be.
I think any door is hard to. I mean, man, I've tried putting them in myself, and oof, that takes skill.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not good at it.
When you get it down and it just opens and closes so nice, and like you don't think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, step back and see if there's light coming through. That's a good tell.
Or if it's not, if it's rubbing on the casing of the door frame,
Yeah, clunk instead of
or
clunk.
rubs because you don't have it quite level. So
Yeah, and I don't have the patience for that. I know I don't. Joel, on the other hand,
that's what they do.
that's what they do. Right.
That's what we do.
The doors that swing when they're in trouble, when there's a problem, that is frustrating. Like if they just swing open, like they're just. It's
That's why
not.
they have door stops.
Can
I
I
suppose.
Fun fact: my house didn't have door stops and I didn't realize
What?
it. Yeah, look, when you're looking
On
at a
any
house,
of your doors?
no, 0 doors. Right.
So there's just like a gap you could see through.
When I say doorstop, like so it doesn't swing
You're
all the
saying
way
so it
open.
doesn't hit the trim.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not talking about those.
Oh, you're talking about the doorstop.
I'm talking about the things you put on your floor to keep the door from closing on its own.
Like a brick.
Yeah, like
They actually have some decorative ones.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
you
'em.
Took his thought right out of my head. There's designer doorstops. I've seen them.
I just bought an antique dog. Doorstop.
Yeah. What was the dog? They always have.
This was a Scotty.
Yes, that's the dog. the Scottish Terrier doorstop.
I didn't buy it to be a doorstop. I bought it for an accessory for a client. But
Is it bronze?
Iron.
Iron. Yeah.
Heavy as all get out.
Yeah, I was going to say they do not move.
But it's a cool accessory. You put it on an end table, not at their.
My grandmother
they didn't
had
need
them.
it for their doors.
My grandmother had them on the door.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
that house.
Because when the house settles and the door. Yeah.
Now that whole house had an excuse. It was built
Right.
in 1850.
Right.
Stuff's
Yeah, it's like
moving.
my knees. They give out. So
The Scotty.
it was born in the 1950s. So
We're going to get you some 2026 knees.
yeah, there you go.
Some fancy new knees. But when you're doing those things, and you need a doorstop and your house isn't 100 years old,
You shouldn't need those.
you shouldn't need them. They should, right? Your door should stay open wherever
Should be
it is,
level.
right? Or should it automatically close?
No.
But fun fact, I didn't have the doorstop in the trim.
Yeah.
And when you open your windows, you can create like that vacuum or whatever
Yeah.
that just
Oh.
slams the door or opens the door.
Yeah.
And I went into a room and there was a hole in my wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
For the doorknob.
The door.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
then I never looked down for them.
Yeah.
And then I look, I'm like, 0. I had to install all of them. It was only a matter of time before I
And
had.
fix holes.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm fixing 2 holes, 2 that happened. Because it was like, why? Just like open. Things you don't think about. When we come back, let's talk about different styles of windows. Because there's lots of options now. Lots of cool things in windows. When we come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC, and we're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything, windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with their showrooms now open right next to C. Kramer Interiors in Granger, and Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. We're talking about windows, and I think we've sufficiently scared America into believing they need windows. I think they're important. They're important. You need them. You can't have a windowless house. And if your windows
Unless
are
you're
old,
Jehovah's Witness.
I guess so. I suppose.
Have you not seen their churches? Like none of them have windows.
No, there's no windows. I don't look at
I've seen a few that do, but it's
And they're probably fine people in there. We don't know.
There's
There's no windows. They won't let us look at. No, but for your home, the windows are kind of a big deal. They're not just for looking out. Or
yes, they are. They're for looking in too.
Yeah, I guess,
look at anybody. You know what I'm saying? Why, Chris? You're why we put thorn bushes in front of our windows. My father-in-law's security system. Thorn
That's
bushes
funny.
under all the windows.
That's funny.
But the efficiencies. There's all kinds of things. But it's like they look good too. Like your windows are partly how your house looks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
They can make a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's and then you have like all kinds of choices now in Windows. But just real quick, what are the different kinds of the major kinds of windows?
What do you mean? Like
Casement, double hung.
see.
Yeah, single hung, I guess.
Yeah, that's not common.
No.
I'm guessing garages sometimes those go in, but not very
It's
often.
So
typically
let-
double hung and casement.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that first, though.
Awning.
Yeah,
Joel, give
awning
us
windows.
an awning window? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with awning window. What the heck is that?
It's a crank out like a casement, but instead of the casement goes sideways, the whole sash. The awning goes from the bottom.
So the
So it
casement
pushes
opens
out
like
at the bottom
Yeah.
like an awning.
So the casement opens like a window, like a
Yeah, like a
door,
window,
like a
like
door,
this. Yeah.
like a door,
Yep.
and an awning opens like a garage door, like out,
It goes up.
out.
From the bottom.
Yep,
Why
on the
would
bottom.
you? Man, they're not that common, are they?
You see them sometimes in kitchens over the sink, or that's not as often as used to.
They must have been on purpose because
And they're not typically big windows.
No,
They're typically a little bit on the smaller.
what do
they were more common years ago, in more historic type settings because they would have been used for ventilation.
Yeah, you see them like over doors.
That's
You could see
a
that.
transom.
That's a trans.
Yeah.
Don't they open though?
Some do, some don't.
Well, that's what transom
could.
was the word I was trying to think. Like I couldn't think of it. Like wouldn't transoms might be? 'Cause
Transom
they're usually
windows, no.
seriously rectangular windows.
Usually, yeah, because transom windows now, they don't open.
No, mine don't.
They're more decorative than anything.
Yeah, mine are so that the sun's in my eyes when I eat breakfast.
Back in the day, they did open for ventilation.
Yeah.
And especially on interior doors.
Right. I'm thinking like those old like Barney Miller. You know, like you go to the police station and there's like a one of those. The awning ones that'd be cool looking, but you don't get the breeze that you think you're gonna get. Might be weather too. Keep rain out real well.
Yeah.
It could rain and you could still have the window open,
Yeah.
which is
Just
nice.
depends on the way the rain's coming in.
Yeah.
Well, true.
The angle of the rain.
I guess if it's
If
windy,
it's horizontal, you're going to get it.
yeah, if it's
Then you better be in the
don't have your
basement.
Yeah, exactly.
if it's horizontal, you should be in the northeast corner of your basement at that point.
That's funny.
So that's a form of casement window. It's just
Yes.
It's
Or
just
kind of. It's a crank. It cranks.
crank
cranks,
window.
Yeah.
Just like a casement crank.
Casement opens like a door,
But it cranks.
but
It's
it
got the
cranks
crank.
out.
There are other types of windows also, or I guess, but those are your those are the ones that you would ever really normally see.
Yeah. What? Give us what you mean? Like I don't know, a portal,
Yeah.
a porthole
For what? Oh, a porthole window?
Yeah.
You've seen octagon windows.
Yeah. Actually,
Or oval windows.
and
Those do not function.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't. Unless you're on a ship, they're not. They're not going to open.
No, they're more
Stationary.
they're decorative.
Yeah, and that.
But they serve a purpose for, because you can put, exactly. You can put an octagon or an oval in a space you may not get natural light.
A half round or something.
Yep.
Some sort
Yep.
of trapezoid.
I'm always thinking like when you have like a landing on a staircase, like you're making that turn. There's sometimes like there's one.
Yeah,
there.
you would have seen that a lot. Like, yeah.
Palador has that. That's why I'm right. Don't they have it on? Yeah, but it's not an octagon. It's like a regular window, but
Yeah.
which I think actually opens.
Yeah. Well, I think it's supposed to. I don't know if it actually does right now.
Yeah,
It will.
it will open. Yeah, maybe a putty knife and some elbow grease over there. But yeah, so that would be like an example. But generally, you got casement and double hung, and then so just I guess I don't want to assume everybody knows what a double hung window is.
You have two sashes, which is your glass with its frame that will go up and down.
But both go up and down. Is that why it's double hung? So the top comes down and the bottom goes
And that's
up.
done for ventilation.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cool air comes in the bottom, warm air goes out the top.
you can open them both at the same time.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, according to my mother-in-law, windows have come a long way because you used to have to go outside to clean the windows,
Oh, yeah.
and now she's like, you don't have to go outside. You can just tilt it in.
Yep.
Is that common on every window now?
Yeah.
Because that's like I guess back in the day that you paid top dollar for.
Oh, yeah. Now it's just a standard.
Yeah, like that's how they all come. And then
If they don't, you got a real cheap one.
you got a cheap window. I'm sure they exist,
Yeah,
but
probably.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I guess that it depends is the answer here. But when you're talking like a double hung window, is there a standard size window anymore, or is everything custom?
There's no such thing as a standard size window. There never was.
There never was.
There are, I mean, every manufacturer will have they'll have what they call their standard size. But that's really more of a guide for pricing.
Okay.
But there's not really such a thing as a standard window.
So if you order windows, it's always a custom size window.
Yeah, typically.
So when you see a bunch of like a builder building like track homes, it appears standard, but what it is their build is standard. So they're ordering
all the same size.
500 windows
right.
for a neighborhood, so it appears like it's standard, but really it's custom-ish because
I don't know that I would call it custom. I mean, standard in that is just that there's not a standard. It's not like doors where you have like a 36-inch door, 30-inch door.
which is pretty
24-inch
Is there a
door,
code for doors?
18-inch doors.
As far as
like, is that code, like building code?
for the size of the door,
Yeah. No.
not necessarily. I mean, there is certain code for like number of inches, I believe, for like an exit.
Gotcha. Whereas like a window, is there a code for a window of how high a window needs to be? or-
Yeah. Well, yes, there is code, so if it's below 20 inches, I think it has to 20 inches or lower. It has to be safety glass.
Oh, really?
If it's an egress, quote unquote egress, a place to get out, it has to be a certain number of inches. That can be opened at a time, like square inches,
Right.
and it can't be above a certain height from the floor.
So you can
You
step
have to
out.
be able to get out.
Get
yeah,
out.
so you can
Yeah.
step out. Yeah, you don't.
You know,
need to-
so yeah, there is code for those things, but it's not. Yeah,
right. It's not built into the window. It's basically built into placement of the window and
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's a decent amount that goes into picking out windows, and that's kind of where we're marching to for the next segment is like, okay, if I'm going to pick out a window, but before we get there, like the install of a window, if you're replacing your window, right, there's a couple different versions of that, right? There's a replacement window, and then there's just getting a whole new window and putting it in, right? What's the difference between replacement and what does replacement window mean?
replacement window means it would be built to fit inside the frame of the existing window, and then you take the sashes out, install that into that hole.
So basically, you're just replacing sashes then?
Yeah. Like the whole new window. You'd have to take off, whatever siding is around it, typically, so that you can pull the whole window out and put a whole new window into
Right.
the rough opening.
Sounds like replacement window is simple.
Sometimes.
So I guess it depends if it's racked or if it's in good working order. Why? So, because you hear that, and the reason why I'm talking about that, and we can talk about this at the beginning of the next segment, maybe we should because we're running out of time. It's like when you hear windows advertised, you hear that. So when we come back, let's explore picking out your windows. When we come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk, 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. Stop by, see Dino. Have a convo. Have a little, ask him. Try to
chit-chat.
Yeah. Ask him a hard question about floors. And then he'll call us.
Yeah.
But we're talking about windows and heck, if they're bad. You generally know.
Mm-hmm.
But picking them out is the thing. One of the things that is like just an enigma to me is measuring a window is, I don't even know. How do you even measure a window? I don't even. Well, here's the thing. My opinion is if you're not an installer of a window, I don't think you should even measure your window.
No, you should not measure your own window.
Because it's
the thing
bizarre.
is
it's bizarre.
Like if somebody calls me and asks me, they say they want to replace windows and doors, I'm going to go measure. I don't care if they've measured.
Right. Yeah. We talk about that with
That's
countertops.
like when somebody comes in with the dimensions of their rooms. It's like,
Okay.
Nice, thank you, but
We'll take that under advisement.
Yeah.
But windows specifically, there's so many, and doors, but we're talking about windows today, but they won't close, they won't fit. I mean, and then you get the wrong size window. If it's too small, you can't stretch the window.
Right. If it's too big, there's a whole lot of work to get it to fit.
Well, at least too big, you can make a bigger hole. Too small,
that ends up being a lot of work.
Too small, you're running into siding issues, and oh my goodness. So what is I know that since I'm saying we shouldn't measure them, but still, Joel, run down when you measure a window. What are you measuring? From where to where? What to what?
I measure a handful of things. I measure the interior dimension on the inside between the frame. I measure on the exterior. It depends on what you're dealing with, too. If it's set in brick, that's different, too. I measure the glass. I measure the sashes. If it's like an Anderson or Marvin, I can look at the sticker. I'll take pictures of those things so that I know the stamp on the glass. So I know what it is, so I can give that to where I'm getting the windows from.
That's a plus, too, by the way. That's a little homeowner insight right there.
It's there for a reason.
Yeah, you probably should take your own pictures of that, too.
And you know what else Joel does? He measures twice.
He does.
Oftentimes more than that, because I don't remember the first time.
He walks all the way back to the truck and he's like, what?
That was just me. Now, what was that again? Oh, yeah. By the time it goes from here to over here, I'm like, what was that?
Yeah. I've got my pad and pencil right there. I'm ready. I measure it. Wait a minute.
What was that again? All right.
Hey, just measure twice.
But that's funny. Have the pad handy.
Yeah.
But what I was going was that sticker that's on the reputable
on the glass.
The reputable window places will have that, and there's a handful of reputable window places, But this phone is ringing in our studio for the first time ever. I've never even seen it ring.
I've never heard it before either. All these
years.
Are
we getting a live call in?
We are getting a live call in. I'm not taking it. I'm not answering it. But the window, I don't know if you could even hear that, but I thought I'd explain it in case the world could hear that phone ring.
Well, we all stopped and looked.
Yeah, that's what happened. The bat phone rang.
I thought it was actually Rob's phone going off. That's an unusual ring.
It's very subtle. What was I even talking about now? Oh, yeah, the
stamp.
The stamp on those windows. Look, part of your home records, you should do that. There are certain, and we could have a whole show on this actually, but that stamp is really good. Take a picture of it, either store it in your phone or print the picture or write down everything on it, and then, I'm gonna hang this phone up because we're gonna. There, I don't know how to. That doesn't answer.
That doesn't do it.
Yeah, they're gonna. You should print it and then put it in a place with your other documents.
Yeah,
just so you have it, because no matter who replaces your windows, they're going to come out and measure them themselves. But at least you can have a conversation about your windows with somebody if you have that stamp. The other thing is your garbage disposal. Take a picture of that so you know the unit, sump pumps, whatever.
Yeah.
All those specs, instead of having to go figure out where it is, have them in one place.
Yep.
It's just food for life there. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so if it's time to pick out windows and you have double hung windows, can you replace them with casement windows?
Why not?
I'm asking the experts here. You can, right?
Yeah.
Chris, you were going to say something.
You're taking the whole window unit out doing that.
Right.
You're not doing a replacement window.
You're doing a whole new
that's a new
but
you're
going
to lose so much space.
It'd be tiny. It'd be a tiny window.
Now I was thinking more of the different types of windows you can purchase.
Okay.
Like vinyl windows, like fiberglass windows or clad windows, wood interior, cladded aluminum on the exterior.
Well, I was going to get there, but I first wanted to just talk about for a second. If you have a style of window, you can change the style.
It. Oh, yeah.
It's just a little bit, that just means everything's coming out and then something is coming in, but it is possible. It's not like you're not like stuck.
Well, and
with
you
the
can,
windows being
and a lot of times you can enlarge the window if it's you can change the look of your house by just changing the size of the window, making it more give it more curb appeal.
And do you find that like you're making windows bigger more than you're making them smaller? Probably.
Yeah, I hate to make windows smaller.
Yeah, that's not. It just doesn't make. It's not even. Doesn't even sound right. But
feels bad.
But sometimes people do.
But you were saying though, really, when we say, different kinds of windows, we're actually talking about vinyl versus what?
Well, there's vinyl, there's wood, there's clad.
What is clad?
Fiberglass. Your clad window it's a wood window and it's clad on the exterior with either aluminum or fiberglass.
Is that super common? Is that
That's very common.
That's a very common window.
Probably the most common, other than vinyl.
Vinyl's common because it's a little less expensive, right?
Quite a bit less.
Yeah.
Quite a bit less expensive. And then why is vinyl less expensive? Is it less efficient, or what's the give and take there on a vinyl?
Well, like with a wood, yeah, it's fewer components.
It's usually
cheaper material.
Right.
Less expensive to manufacture. It usually has steel reinforcements.
And do they hold up?
Not always.
Not
I've
always.
seen some that are.
Do they hold
Throw
up?
your window open. It doesn't have that.
They hold up.
Yeah. It used to be that they didn't hold up very well.
Yeah.
And they weren't built. I will say vinyl, like it used to be, vinyl was just junk.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're nice. You can get stuff that's going to be efficient and that's going to operate well and it will hold up.
Right. And what I think I've noticed personally from looking is that sometimes the vinyl line of windows isn't as charming. Like they don't put as much charm into the
with almost any window there's limitations as far as sometimes the finishes or the colors you want.
Yeah, like they'll limit some of your choices and colors and stuff like that.
Right. Oh, you can't do this pattern in this size window or this style window, but if we move up to this one.
It's like in a vinyl window, if you do black, it's going to fade in a year.
It used to be that way, or is that that's the way?
Well, color on vinyl just doesn't work very well.
Well, it's just like vinyl siding. I mean, it fades over time.
Right. Yeah. Same deal.
Yeah.
But is fiberglass like the new
vinyl
coolest thing?
More or less, yeah. It holds up better. It's more stable.
But thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week on Measure Twice.
Podcasts by Federated Media.